Hello, my shining friends who I have never met in person, but I have grown to be very close to, and I will miss you when this is over. Hyphens between all those words. I love today's tip. Hopefully I'm doing this right. And I loved the prompt also. My mother lost her mother in childbirth when she was very small. So she and her 8 brothers and sisters went to live at the convent, and my father's father died in a car accident when he was very little too. And his stepfather was very abusive, and so my dad struggled a little bit with alcohol during the years. But in spite of all of that, we had a wonderful family, except for the missing piece that they were not able to share at all anything that was inside of them. Everything was surface or just the physical, lots of love, but we never talked emotions. And I think as a consequence to that, the 5 children were stunted. I know I was. Lots of insecurities. Have you heard of the study where they put a barracuda in a big fish tank with like minnows and goldfish, and they would go after, the barracudas would go after the goldfish, but they didn't know that there was a glass wall there. So they would hit the wall, hit the wall, and hit the wall, and eventually they stopped trying. And at that point, they took the glass out, and those barracudas wouldn't even try to eat them, so much so that they would actually starve to death with the fish floating right all around them. So I tell you that story to say that's how I felt as a young adult. I felt that there was a glass wall and everyone else could do things. They could go to college, they could travel, they could have their dreams, and it just didn't seem like an option to me. When I realized anybody could do those things, I wanted to do everything, and I wanted to take everyone with me, especially those people who have that kind of mindset. So as far as being an overcomer, I feel like at some point in my life that's going to be my middle name because I have overcome so many things so far. I have had so many fears: fear of flying, fear of the dark, fear of spiders, fear of heights, you name it. I was afraid of it. And I had anger issues. I struggled with food, mostly sugar. I made hundreds of cakes in my lifetime so that I could eat the frosting. But when I realized that food mattered and it made difference, and changed my ways, and I was able to overcome all of that only by the grace of God, by God's help. But when I overcame those things, I wanted to help other people to change their lives too. And Neve said as recent as last week, well, try yesterday. Yesterday, after doing my video, I had such a setback with my insecurities. It was a terrible day for me mentally. I felt terrible. So much so that my youngest son sat me down and made me watch my video and said, "What do you like about it? Find something you like about it, because you need to change your mindset." I'm talking about Pavlov and all those things. So that might explain a little bit why I'm all about connection and helping people. And I want to thank you again for helping me. And I hope that you have your dreams come true and you are going to do great. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.